Hi friends, welcome to Great Learning. I am Tony Tom and I'll be guiding you with relevant inputs on conditional formatting on the platform Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. I am pretty sure that most of you have already used the software Microsoft Excel at some point of time and might be using it for certain things even now. Conditional formatting is one of the main tools which you should be aware of no matter what. When you present your Excel sheet with tons of raw content to someone, the person viewing it will not have any idea what to interpret from the data in the sheet. He will need to go through each of the cells thoroughly to understand what data the sheet is trying to convey. Even then, there are possibilities of missing upon some key points in the sheets. Conditional formatting helps you to eliminate this difficulty. By following conditional formatting, the viewers would be able to visualize the data and could interpret the data very easily. The key data can be highlighted by following conditional formatting so that the person studying the data need not search for the relevant details. You will be provided the feature to apply specific formatting to the cells which meets the criteria which you have put forward. So join me in this video to get updated on conditional formatting. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on this video any queries or suggestions and I will respond to your comments. Hey friends! Welcome to this video where we are going to be learning about conditional formatting. The two platforms which we have chosen to teach you conditional formatting are Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. Let's move on and understand what the agenda is for this video. So before directly moving on with conditional formatting, we'll be having a brief description on what is formatting so that you're having a clear idea on what are the differences between formatting and conditional formatting. After having a clear clarity on these two concepts, we'll be directly moving on to the platforms and try to implement conditional formatting in those two platforms, which are Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. So friends, what are we waiting for? Let's get started with the video with introduction to conditional formatting. Formatting. What is formatting? Formatting is actually nothing but playing around with some of the tools which we are having, including font style, font size, font color, or fill color. This enables us to make sure some of the contents are standing out from rest of the data. This is mainly done to make sure that the viewers viewing this presentation does not miss up on any of the contents which we would like to share. So only such important key points or data are being highlighted using formatting. Conditional formatting. Before knowing how to implement conditional formatting, can you guys tell me what is conditional formatting? Now we know what formatting is, and we have also talked about change the font style, font color, fill color, and all those things. So is there anything else which we might have missed out which would make conditional formatting? Actually, conditional formatting is formatting itself. The only difference is that by following conditional formatting, it would be more easy and convenient for us to apply formatting in any datasets or worksheet. Here, in conditional formatting, we'll be giving certain conditions and only the cells in which the data satisfies this condition would be formatted and rest of the cells would remain the same. Therefore, by following conditional formatting, we need not go to each of the cells and apply formatting for them separately. We could simply give the conditions and the cells which satisfy the conditions would directly be formatted according to our commands. I can give you a simple example for you to understand how conditional formatting is much efficient than formatting. Consider that you are given a mark sheet of certain students and you need to filter out the students who got 80+. So if you're following formatting, you need to go through each of the cells and find out who all scored 80+ and apply formatting for each of them separately. But if you're using conditional formatting, you could give conditions and all the cells which satisfy these conditions will be formatted automatically according to our commands. Now that we know what is formatting and conditional formatting, let us try to understand how we'll be able to implement conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel. So here, File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, all those things are the various ribbon which is available on Microsoft Excel. So conditional formatting is made available in the Home ribbon, and in the Home ribbon we'll be having the option Conditional Formatting. The various options available to us in conditional formatting are highlight cell rules, top-bottom rules, data bars, color scales, and icon sets. The other sets of options include new rule, clear rules, and manage rules. Highlight cell rules. Highlight cell rule actually helps you to highlight the cell which satisfies the condition. Top bottom rule. The topmost or the bottommost values can be formatted here which satisfies the conditions. Data bars. Data bars are actually pictorial representation or similar to bar graph which is present within the cell. The length of the bar depends upon the magnitude of the value which is present within the cell. Color scales. In this formatting, the cells will be given a particular color based on the value or based on the range in which they fall under. Icon sets are also similar to color scales. Instead of colors, here icons are given to the cells depending upon the range in which they fall under. The other options which include are new rule, where you will be able to create a new rule based upon your requirement. Clear rule helps you to delete the existing rules which you have already made. Manage rule helps you to modify or make necessary changes to the rules you have already made. Data bars, color scales, and icon sets. I hope you have understood what these three are from the previous slide. Anyways, we'll be diving deeper into these three while we are implementing conditional formatting in the platform Microsoft Excel. Now let's take a look at what is cells that contain. Here you will be able to format the cells that contain a particular value, text, or belonging to a particular range. You'll also be able to format the cells which are empty or occupied as well. In more rule types, you will be able to format the cells which are having same values or unique values. You can also format the cells based on top 10 values, bottom 10 values, top 10 percentages, bottom 10 percentages, or values which are having above average or below average. Formula based. Apart from all the other methods in conditional formatting, Excel also provides us to give formula, and only the cells which satisfy the condition in the formula will be formatted. All the other cells will be remaining the same. Now that we have an idea on what is conditional formatting, let's move to the platform and try implementing these methods of conditional formatting on Microsoft Excel. So guys, now we are on the Excel platform, and here we'll be trying to implement formatting and conditional formatting to the datasets which we are having. So let's start with formatting. So in the dataset which we are having to implement formatting, we can see in the column A we are having name, and these are these many names of these many people, and in column B we are having their age. So these are the ages of these many people, and in column C it is a sex, and these are the sex of these many people. So we are having the name, age, and sex. So by looking into the data, we'll be able to understand that name, age, sex are the headings of the three columns, right? So those need to be highlighted. So I'm trying to give bold font to each of the heading, that is name, age, and sex. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to select these three cells, that is name, age, and sex, and try to give it bold. So in home ribbon, so the file, home, insert, page layout, formulas are all the various ribbons which are available in the platform Microsoft Excel. So in order to give bold, we can go to the home ribbon, and here we'll be having the option bold. You can also press Ctrl+B in order to get the font bold. Now we got the headings all in bold, right? So we have got the headings right. Now formatting is actually done for the heading, name, age, and sex. Now what if I need to give a particular formatting for these data based on their sex? So John, Robin, and Sam, these three people, see, John, Robin, and Sam, these three people are male, and Gina and Amy are female. So I want to give a particular formatting for male and female separately, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select the male people out of these data, that is John, Robin, and Sam, and then trying to implement fill color. This is the fill option, this is the text color option. Okay, in fill color I'm going to give this color maybe. So I've given a particular formatting to the information which is being represented in the table. So this is John, Robin, and Sam. So we'll be able to recognize easily who are male, who are female. So what if I need to give one more color to female also? So what I'm selecting their data and then implementing with another color, right? So I am giving dark green for female, light green for male. So I'll be able to depict, or I will be able to interpret very easily who are the male ones, who are the females, right? Okay, that is done. I would also like to teach you one more thing, how you will be able to copy formatting from one cell to another. That can also be done in simple steps, right? So what you need to do is, you do formatting to one cell. So John. I have selected the 3 cells from John, and I am implementing this color for them. So what if I need to copy the formatting done to these 3 cells to Robin and Sam? That can be easily done. So in this case, the only formatting done is fill color. So what if a lot of formatting is being done? To copy each of those formatting is going to be very difficult, right? So we'll be able to use this option which I'm going to teach you, so that you'll be able to easily copy the formatting which is done to some particular cells of the selection, and then directly implement those formatting completely to the cells which we require. So I have already implemented a kind of formatting to these 3 cells. So I need to copy these formatting to Robin and Sam, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these 3 cells, and in the home ribbon I'm having an option called Format Painter. So Format Painter enables you to copy all the format which is being implemented to these 3 cells which we have selected. So now we know that these 3 cells have been highlighted, so all the formatting which has been implemented to these 3 cells will be copied. And in order to paste this, we can simply select these 3 cells in which we need to paste this. So after releasing your mouse, you will be able to see that the same formatting which is being implemented with John is directly being copied from John and pasted at Robin. Okay, so in order to paste this to Sam, it is all these 3 cells are initially copied. So you need to go to the home ribbon and Format Painter, and the format will be copied, and then it can be pasted simply by clicking onto the cells which we require, to the cells which we need the formatting to be pasted, right? So I hope you have understood how we'll be able to do formatting in Microsoft Excel. So what we have implemented is, so we have given bold to these 3 names, that is name, age and sex, which is the heading, and we have given fill color depending upon the sex, right? So and we have also learned how to copy and paste formatting from some particular cells to another particular cells which we require, right? Apart from that, there are a lot of other tools as well. So in here you will be able to change the text style. Here we'll be able to change the font size. Here underline, italics, fill color, text color. All these are basic options which is being available in Microsoft Excel. So you can easily go through those and understand. Now we are done with formatting, and let's see how we'll be able to implement conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel, right? The first thing which I would like to introduce you to in conditional formatting is data bars. So here we have already done the basic formatting, and now we need to do is conditional formatting to start off with data bars. So data bars can be implemented to these cells depending upon the value. Okay, so these are the products: Apple, Samsung, Realme, Redmi, and these are the quantity of these products. Okay, so to implement data bars, the first thing which we need to do is select the cells in which we should be implementing data bars. Alright, so the selection is already made, and now to implement data bars we can directly go to the home ribbon, which is we are already in the home ribbon, and then we can directly move on to conditional formatting and then select data bars. So in data bars we are having gradient fill and solid fill. So the difference is that in gradient fill the color diminishes towards the end, and in solid fill the color remains the same. So let me take one of the gradient fill, that is this. So this is the data bar. Data bars is actually a pictorial representation, bar graph within the cell itself, depending upon the value or the magnitude of the value which is being present within the cell. So the length of the bar depends upon the value within each cell, and so by comparing the values, they'll be drawing the bar graphs, and the length will be decided upon by the magnitude of the values which is present in each of the cells. So what if you don't want to see these numbers, only what you need is the bar graphs and not the values? So that can also be implemented here. Okay, we'll be able to eliminate all these numbers and we'll be able to see only the bar graphs. For that to happen, we can go to home ribbon, conditional formatting, data bars, and here we have an option called more rules. Select that, and here you will be getting a dialog box here, and what you need to do in order to remove these values are show bar only. You're having a option here, just give tick here and you can give OK. So by now you'll be having an idea on which is the lowest value, which is the highest value. A comparison is being made possible here using data bars, where you need not exactly know the values which are being present. So if you want to have the bar graph along with the values, that is also possible, and if you don't want to have the values, just the bar graph, that is also made possible using data bars. Now we'll be trying how to implement color scales and icon sets. Okay, so in the same data set I'll be teaching you how to implement color scales and icon sets. So in the first column here we are having month. These are the months from January to December. In the next column we are having quantity from January to December. So these may be the quantity of items which have been sold in the month, isn't it? January to December. So, and these may be the revenue which they have generated in these many months by selling these many items or these many quantities. Okay, so I'll be trying to explain how we'll be able to implement color scale. So initially the first thing which we need to be doing to implement color scale is that we should be selecting the cells in which we need to be implementing those. Alright, so to apply color scales, I have selected these many cells. Now after selecting the cells, we can move to home ribbon and then in that conditional formatting, and then we have the option for color scale. So in color scale we have 3 color scales, 2 color scales, depending upon us, we can select one. So in this 3 color scales are green, red and yellow, and here also green, red and yellow. The order is different, that is only difference here. So here we'll be having the highest colors will be given to green and the lowest colors will be having red. Here the vice versa, the highest color will be having red and the lowest color will be having green. So I am choosing this. Okay, so now we have implemented color scales. So what if you want to edit or modify the color scales which we have given? So you want to change the color or you want to change anything else. Okay, so that can be done as well. So to do that, we should be selecting these and go to conditional formatting, and here we have an option called manage rules. Select that. So all the rules which we have applied will be present in this box. Okay, so the only rule which we have applied is graded color scale. So we can select this and give the option edit rule, and then we have a dialog box here where we'll be able to control the number of colors. So it is a 3 color scale. If you want to make it 2, you can make it 2. So the color scale will be varying from red to green. If you want to change the color from say a light blue to dark blue, that is also made possible. So the 2 colors which is available is light blue and dark blue, and we can change the number of colors by here. And if you want to give the here, what is being made is minimum value will be assigned light blue, highest value will be assigned dark blue. So if you want to reverse that, that can also be possible. So lowest value, so here we have having the lowest value is given light blue color, in the highest value we are having dark blue color. So if you want to reverse it, you can just select here and go give a dark blue color to the minimum value, and the highest value we can change it to light blue. So we'll be able to control the number of colors in which we need to have the color scales, and we can also change the order in which will be assigned to each of the cells. So we click OK, and if you want to apply and see how it will be looking, so it will be looking like this, and I said OK. So these are the formatting which has been done to these many cells, and the 2 colors, if you have taken the 2 color option. So if you want to implement 3 color, that is up to you. And now coming to icon sets. Okay, now in icon sets, initially what we need to do is nothing but select the cells in which we need to be implementing icon sets. So after selecting this, we need to go to home ribbon, conditional formatting, and then here we have icon sets. So we have directional icon sets, shapes, indicators, ratings, and all those things. Okay, so here also we'll be implementing the icon sets based on these many things. So I'm trying to give this here. So the maximum values will be in green, up arrow, the minimum values will be in red, down arrow, and the median values will be in a hyphen mode with yellow color, right? So that is what we learned in icon sets. So what if you need to modify this as well? So like we modified the color scales, what if you need to modify icon sets as well? That is also made possible. So select the cells in which the rules which you have already applied, you need to edit that or change that. You can select those particular cells and then move to conditional formatting, manage rules. So these are the so here you will be able to see what rules are you applied. So by clicking this and edit rule, in here we know that icon sets, in icon sets we can change it here if you want to change. So I can show icons only. So if you don't want to show the values here, you will be able to do that, show icons only. So OK, apply. So values will be erased, only the icons will be there. Okay, so you don't need that, so I am going to change that again. So since I need to have the number there, so I'm going to untick this button, and then these the type in which it is being segregated is based on the percentage. So the percentage, so the values which is above the percentage of 67 will be given in green arrow, upward arrow, and the values which is in between the range 33 to 67% will be given in the hyphen size in yellow color, and the values which is less than 33% will be given in red, down arrow. And I'm giving OK here and OK again. See, and now we have got the icon sets, and now we have also learned how we'll be able to implement color schemes and icon sets, and how we'll be able to make necessary changes to the already made formatting. Right. Now we'll be trying to implement cells that contain. So with these data, we are trying to implement cells that contain. In cells that contain, we'll be able to conditionally format the cells which are empty, which are not empty. That is one option which cells that contain provides. Okay. And we'll also be able to format the cells which has values ranging from one particular value to another particular value. So we'll be able to give a range or give a particular definition to the range, and then all the cells which define to that range will be formatted. We'll also be able to highlight or format the cells which contains a particular text. So if the cells which we have selected contains a particular text, we can give that text as an input, and if any cells contains that particular text, it will be able to highlight that cells as well. So let's see how we will be able to implement those things here. Right. So right now I am trying to implement conditional formatting cells that contain to blank cells. So here I want to highlight all the blank cells which are being made. So in quantity, we'll be able to see that there are some cells which is blank. So this cell is blank and this cell is blank as well. So I need to highlight these particular cells. Okay. For that, what I'll be doing is I'll be selecting the cell ranges, and I'll be moving to home ribbon, conditional formatting, and then here I'll be choosing new rule. So when you choose new rule, you'll be having a new box coming up. So in this box, you should select format only cells that contain. So after selecting that, you will be able to do all those things which I have told you right now. So in this first column, you can drop down and choose blanks. So after this, we'll be able to highlight or format a particular cells which are completely blank. So to format that, we can select the format option, and if you need to have a number, font, border, or fill, whichever format you want to give to those particular cells, you can do that. So here I'm going to choose fill. So I'm going to give a color red to highlight that in these particular cells there are no value being input. Okay. So I'm giving OK, and then OK as here as well. So see, now we are able to highlight the cells in red color where there is no values at all in those particular cells. So we are able to highlight that. Now what if you want to do a highlighting or formatting to particular cells which range from one value to another value? We can try implementing that. So that also, what we should do is select this range, go to home ribbon, conditional formatting, new rule, and format only cells that contain. Therefore, to give formatting to the cells which fall under a range of value, so for that we can be choosing format only cells that contain, and you can place cell value itself here, and in between you can give the starting value and the ending value. So here the data range from 1 to 11, I guess. So I'm choosing values between 7 and 9. So all the values between 7, so let me give 10. Okay. So all the values between 7 and 10 will be highlighted since we are using between option here. And we can choose the format in which we need to highlight or format that. So format, you want to give border. So outline, I've choose outline, and then I am choosing one color as well. So I choose an outline and color as well for those cells in which the cell fall under the range of 7 to 10. So I clicked OK. See, we have got the cells which are in the range from 7 to 9. We have got that fill color in blue, and we have also got the outlining for each of the cells which satisfy the given condition. So we understood how we'll be able to format the cells which are blank, how we'll be able to format the cells which fall under a particular range of values. Now let's see what can be done to the text we are having here. So we are also being able to format the cells that contain a particular text, right? So I'll be teaching you how we'll be able to implement that as well. Let me undo this. And then, so for text, I am choosing this column, customer column, and I'm choosing these many cells. All the cells in these column or the selected area are to be formatted using conditional formatting with cells that contain. So I've already chosen this home ribbon, conditional formatting, new rule, cells that contain. So since I need to look for particular text, let me select specific text and containing So I'll be able to select the specific text containing, let me say, two letters RA. So if there is any name which contains RA, that will be highlighted, and in which format it should be highlighted can be selected using this. So font, let me make it bold. Fill color should be, say, blue. Okay. See, Rakesh RA is there, Ram RA is there, Rahul RA is there. So in these three names we have got the text, specific text RA. So these are the ways in which we'll be able to use cells that contain conditional formatting. So what we have looked at here, with cells that contain R, we'll be able to highlight cells which are blank and not blank, cells which belong to a particular range. At the same time, we'll also be able to look into the values which is greater than, less than, minimum, and all those things can also be implemented there. And after that, we went and looked upon cells that contain specific text. So if some specific text are being incorporated in any of the values of our selection, that cells can also be highlighted. More rule type is the next phase which we are going to be talking about in conditional formatting. So the features available in more rule type are, we'll be able to format the cells which are similar. So if there is any similar values in other cells, we can be grouping that and finding or formatting those cells. Or if you want to format cells which does not have any similarity, or if you want to format the cells which are having unique data, that can be made possible. Or if you want to format the top 10 values, bottom 10 values, top 10 percentages, bottom 10 percentages, or above average or below average, that can all be made possible using the option more rule type. So we'll be starting off with top 10 values which you want to be sharing. So let's say instead of 10 we can say take 3 or 4. The first thing which you should be doing is selecting the data in which you need to be applying this formatting. So the quantity is the column which I have taken for that, and then in these selected cells I need to be implementing this conditional formatting. So I have made the selection and I am going to home ribbon in conditional formatting. So top and bottom rules, in that option itself we are having the option to get the top 10 items, top 10 percentages, bottom 10 items, bottom 10 percentages, above average and below average. So if you're having any requirement of these things, we can directly choose this option. Or if you're having any requirement apart from these top 10, bottom 10, all those things, and if you want to customly design a rule, you can go to more rules over here. So I am choosing to choose top 3 values. So I have chosen format only top or bottom ranked values. So here we can select top or bottom. So since I am having top 3 values, so I'll be choosing top, and instead of 10 I'll be writing 3. So if I want top 3 percentage of the values, so I can click on the button here, so that will be showing top 3 percentage values. Okay, so that can also be made possible here. So since I don't need that, I'll be unticking that, and I'll be choosing the format in which I need to be doing the format. So I gave bold format, I am giving a fill color of light blue, and then I implemented. So the top 3 values will be highlighted after giving this. So press OK. See, 9, 11, 11 are the top 3 values in the selection which I have made, which is this. So see, without even going through any of the values itself, we will be able to directly implement formatting to these cells in the selections which we have made. And here the top 3 cells are 9, 11 and 11, right? So now we have made the top 3 values. So if you want to make it bottom 3 values, do the same selection, home, conditional formatting, more rules, top, format only top or bottom ranked values. Instead of top, give bottom, and what are the top or what are the bottom 3 values which you need, or bottom 5 values which you need, type that and you'll be getting that. So since I don't require that, I'm not doing that, I'm hitting cancel. And the next option which is available in more rule type is that you'll be able to find out the unique cells which is not being repeated in any of the other cells, or you'll be able to choose the similar cells which is being repeated in other cells, and you can group those, and according to your requirement you'll be able to format. So if you need to say format the unique cells, let's choose the cells initially. These are the selections I have made. Home ribbon, conditional formatting, top, bottom rules, more rules. So here I'll be having format only unique or duplicate values. I am choosing that. So if you choose duplicate, all the similar values will be highlighted in the format which we are giving. So since I need a unique one, so I am choosing unique, and the format in which I need to depict that is, fill color, let it be this color. I am giving an outline border, and the font I'll be giving italic. Okay, press OK and press OK. See, 200 is not repeating in anywhere here. 200 is not repeating, 450 is not repeating, 250 is not repeating, 400 is not repeating, 350, 100. These many values which are being highlighted right now in the fill color slight yellow with outline border and italics are being highlighted because these are unique values. These values are not repeating in anywhere around the cells which we have selected. Okay, that is why we have got these cells highlighted. And the rest of the values might be repeating. See, 300 is here, and 300 is here, 550 is here, 550 is here, and see 0, 0. So since it is not unique, it is repeating, so that is not highlighted. So we'll be able to get the top values, bottom value, top percentage values, bottom percentage values. We'll be getting to know about the above average, below average. So we understood how we'll be able to implement unique and duplicate highlighting or formatting, right? So now let's see how we'll be able to implement above average and below average. Okay, for that let me undo, and after undoing I'm making the selection. This is the selection which I need to make, and home ribbon, conditional formatting, top bottom rules, more rules, so above or below average. Okay, I choose that. So if I need to have an above average, I'll be choosing above, or below, or equal to or below, and I can choose depending upon whichever I require, right? So I am choosing above average, format, bold and italic, and then I don't need border, I need a fill color of say maroon. Okay, see, the values which are above the average of this selection which I've made, all those values are highlighted in the fill color and bold and italics. So it is gonna be very simple for you, so you don't need to go through each of the cells and identify which is the average, which are the values which is above average. So you need to find out the average initially, and you need to go through each of the cells, and you need to compare the values in the cells with the average, right? All those things can be eliminated here by using conditional formatting more rule type. The last method of conditional formatting which we'll be discussing here is formula based. So we can give formula, and the cells which satisfy the given condition in the given formula will be highlighted or formatted using our commands, and the cells which does not follow will be remaining intact. So here I'll be using formula to check on these values, and I'll be highlighting based on these values to this column. Okay, so what I meant to say is that, so depending upon the values in this columns, so if that values are being satisfied, it will be giving this column will be formatted according to that value. So let's begin. So I am selecting these cells to be formatted in home ribbon, conditional formatting, new rule. So use a formula to determine which cells to format. So that will be the option which I will be taking. So the formula here which I am going to do is, so here we are seeing values from 12,000, 13,000, 8,000, 6,000, 11,000, 7,000. So I am giving a formula where I need to highlight the cells which are above 10,000. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to present my formula here. So every formula starts with an equal to sign, so I put my equal to sign there, and I have chosen this cell. So see, the cell which I've chosen is AH3, right? AH3. Okay, so it is in absolute reference right now, so all the values will be compared to 12,000 itself. So I don't need that, so I need the column to be remaining the same, but rows need to be changing, right? So that absolute cell reference can be changed by removing the $sign before number 3. So the column will be fixed and the row will be moving. So that should be greater than 10,000, right? So, and the format in which it should be done is bold and italic, border, outline border should be given, and it should be given in this, maybe this color. Okay. See, so what we have done here is we have done the formula for these specific values, and the column which have been highlighted is this. So we selected these column, and we compared the formula to the values which is present to these cells, and then after that whichever cell satisfies the condition, the corresponding row or the corresponding cell will be highlighted. We have done in formula based conditional formatting. Now we have understood how we'll be able to implement conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel. So let's move on and see how we'll be able to implement conditional formatting in Google Sheets. So in Google Sheet, we'll be talking about color scales, module types, and formula based conditional formatting. Now let's move on to the platform Google Sheets and see how we'll be able to implement conditional formatting in that platform. Now in Google Sheet, we'll be trying how to implement color scales with the data we are having here. So as I said in the case of Microsoft Excel as well, the first thing we should be doing in order to perform any conditional formatting is that we should be first selecting the cells in which we should be performing the formatting. Alright, so here the cells which I am choosing here is from B2 to B13. So I am selecting all the cells from B2 to B13, and for conditional formatting in Google Sheet is available in the option Format, Conditional Formatting. After choosing conditional formatting, and since we are trying to get the color scale, we can simply go to the tab color scale here, and by going to the color scale itself, we'll be able to see a depiction here according to the default settings. So in here we'll be able to see the range. The selection which we have made is from B2 to B13, B2 to B13. So that is the particular selection which we have done to apply the formatting here, that is which is being depicted here. And here the minimum value will be given a green color and the maximum value will be given white color. So if you need to have a midpoint, you can add that here as well. So since this is the default setting, it is showing like this. So if you want to change the color to, let's say, light blue, so the minimum value will be in light blue and the maximum value, let's say, let it be dark blue. So here the minimum value will be in light blue and the maximum value are depicted in dark blue, so that we will be having a clear idea on what is the magnitude of the values in particular cells just by seeing the color. And if you are happy with the color settings which you have provided, you can simply click on done, so that you have already created the conditional formatting for color scale for this particular cells. And if you feel that one of the conditional formatting which you have implemented in Google Sheets need to be replaced or need to be deleted, you can simply go to the conditional format which is being present here. If you want to edit, you can simply click on that and edit, and after that, after doing all the edits, you can click on done, so that the conditional formatting can be done. So if you feel that the conditional formatting which you have done right now need to be deleted, you can just hover around the conditional formatting which you have done, and then you will be able to see a trash can. So just by clicking those, you will be able to delete. Now let's try to find out how we will be able to find out the top 3 or the bottom 3 values in Google Sheets. So as I always mention, try to select the cells which you need to be selecting to perform conditional formatting. So after selecting this, you can go to the option Format, Conditional Formatting, and there you will be able to see the selection which you have made. And then the format rules is not empty, so let's change that to custom formula, and we'll be giving a formula to identify the top 3 values and the bottom 3 values. So first let's understand what the top 3 values are. So here we'll be giving the particular formula so that we'll be getting the top 3 values. So the formula is equal to rank, and the column is B, right? So we'll be writing B2, that is the starting of the column, comma, and the range is from B2 to B13. So B$2 is to B$13, and we'll be closing the bracket, and we'll be giving the condition less than or equal to 3. So by giving this formula, we'll be getting the top 3 values from the selection which we have made. So if you want to change the format, so let's say if you want to give this color, see the top 3 values in this selection will be highlighted by using this formula. So if you want the top 3 values, you can give done, and then you will be having the top 3 values highlighted. What if you need to have the bottom 3 values, that the minimum 3 values? So the only difference here is that to the formula you will need to add comma 1. Comma 1 actually makes the software understand that it should be in the ascending order. So that's why we'll be getting the minimum 3 values out of this range which we have selected. So if you need to have a minimum value, just add comma 1 to the bracket, or else if you don't need, just remove that. And since I need the top 3 values, I'll be removing comma 1 so that I'll be getting the top 3 values, and I'll be opting for this column maybe, and done. See, now I've got the top 3 values out of the selection which I have made. Now let's see how many unique values and how many similar values are there in this particular selection we need to check. So that is what I'm going to teach you right now. So in order to identify how many cells contain unique values or how many cells contain similar values, to understand that we can follow the formula in the particular cell here. So in D2 I'm going to write the formula, which is equals count if, and I'm going to open the bracket, and see, I'm supposed to give the range there. So I am going to select the particular range here, which is from B2 to B13. So I'll be pressing F4 to log those, and then after that I'll be giving the comma after getting the range and the criterion. So what am I searching for? So I'm searching for the quantity, if it is repeating or not, right? So since I'm searching for the quantity, I shall click on here, so which is nothing but B2, and I'll close my bracket. So after putting enter, I'll be knowing that 526 only comes once in the selection. So there's no other 526. So autofill is actually suggested here, so that if you want to autofill, you can press tick so that all the data will be given here which is repeating or not. So in all the one shows that all those data are unique, and all the two shows that it is not unique, it is repeating in the selected cells. So all these ones depict that these values doesn't repeat in any of the cells. When you come to 2, see 339. See, here is also 339. So 339 appears 2 times, and all the rest other values are appearing only 1 time, since the values showing 1 will be unique and values showing more than 1 will be similar. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or any number of times, because you know how many times it appears in any other cell, it will be adding upon like that. So whenever it is 1, it is showing that it is unique value, and whenever it is not 1, it is showing that it has some similarity with other cells as well. Now let's try to find out how we'll be able to format the cells which are greater than a particular value from the selection which we have made. So the selection which I am making here is gonna be from B2 to B13, which is nothing but the quantity, and I am comparing this value to a value in D1, which is nothing but 700. So let me just make the comparison initially in the column D itself. So I'll be writing the formula equals B2 is less than D1. I need D1 to be absolute reference, so I'm giving $sign before and after D. So it is getting true. 526 is less than 700. So I'm going for the autofill as well, and this has been updated throughout the table. Okay. Now let's see, let's apply conditional formatting to the table. Now I have selected the cells in which I need to apply the conditional formatting, and then I'll be formatting conditional formatting from is not empty to custom formula, and here I'll be giving the formula which is nothing but the formula which I have taken here. So I can directly copy the formula from here and paste it here. See, now we have seen that for all the values which are true, we'll be getting the highlighted in the particular month. So in these months, the quantity is being less than 700. So in January, March, April, June, July, September, October, November, the quantity of sales have been less than 700. That is what we have come to know by doing this conditional formatting. Now if you want to change the formatting default, you can go and say you want to make this blue, or say pink or something of that sort. You can select some color and then click done. So by doing this, we'll be able to format the cells in which is less than a particular value. So if you want to do formatting for the greater value, so which are the values which is greater than 700, you can directly give the formula. You can change it directly here by giving the lesser than formula to greater than formula, and while implementing the conditional formatting, so you can copy the same formula from here and paste it there, so that you will be getting the formatted for the values which is greater than 700. So by now we have come to the end of the video where we have had a glance at what is formatting, what is conditional formatting. After understanding the concepts of conditional formatting and formatting, we have directly moved on to the platforms Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets and try to implement conditional formatting in those two platforms. So I hope by the end of the video you are able to understand what is conditional formatting and how you will be able to implement it in such platforms as well. Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on this video any queries or suggestions and I will respond to your comments.